All right, so here's another option for taking attendance. I'm just going to walk you through how to do it using this template. And then at the very end, if you are interested, I'll show you how I set it up. This might work for you, it might not. It's just another option just to try to keep track of the students, especially because there's just so much information that's coming in. It's hard to know who's checking in, when they did it. So what I think I might plan to do is use this Google form. The Google form, the way that I have set it up, I have the block first to make it easier to organize. They put their name in, and then what happens is there'll be questions about the week of, and then they'll be able to select each of the weeks. Depending on the week that they select, it will take them to the next section for them to put in the day, and then they can continue to use this every week. I've also set it up too under the settings, so it does collect their email address. It will have a date and a timestamp as well. I have restricted it to our students so they can use it. And then for the presentation part, there's another reminder to come back the next day so that they can take attendance. And so what I plan on doing is just saving this and using the same link, posting it to Google Classroom, or you could post it to whatever platform that you're using. So what it will look like for the students, they wouldn't see this part, but they would see this. And it says, please complete this form each day to be marked present for your class. They would pick the block, and then they would put in their name. Here's one. And then they hit next. Now here we've got all the weeks that are left for the school year. So if we pick this next week and we hit next, it'll take us to this particular week, right? If we were to go back and pick any of the other weeks, like the next week, and we hit next, it'll take us to that particular week, right? But just for this one to keep it so that it's the same, I'll keep it here. This is May 4, next. And then every day they can come back, and every day that they do come back, they just click whatever day that it is. So let's say that it's Monday, hit submit, and then that's it. If they wanted to go back and do it for another day or another week, I'm probably not going to keep this part on here for now, but just so I can show you what it looks like. They could come back, they could go back to the same class, they could type in their name, it's the same week, next, and then maybe they came back on Tuesday. And then if they do it again, this is just for practice. Same student, he likes science a lot, that's why he's coming to our physics class. But now it's the next week, next, and then he checked in on Monday again, and then submit. So that's all that they have to do. Every day they would do that, and then it keeps track of it for you. So on your side over here, you've got the responses. The first time that you do this, when you click on this button over here, it'll ask you to make a new spreadsheet. I would definitely do that, create a new spreadsheet. And then when you do when you come to this page and you click on it, here it is. So they're all right here. I'm gonna move to the other side. Here we go. So it has the date and the timestamp, it collects their email address, and then it has the block. So what I do for each of the classes is I just duplicate this form, and you can do this every day. And then I'm going to rename it. So for this particular one, I'm just going to call it block A. And then once you're in this particular form, and you can duplicate it for every class that you have, all you do is just sort it by that class. And then I just delete everything that's not block A. And now you have some other options, right? You can sort this either by the student's name, and then you can see what days they checked in for each week. So the week of May 4th, they checked this person Monday and Tuesday. And then again, on the week of May 11th, they checked in on that Monday. Each week it's going to keep getting pushed down. That's one of the only downsides about this, right? You'll have to scroll just a little bit. Or you can also sort it by the week, right? Because it's all mixed up. Again, it does sort it alphabetically and then numerically. So the 11th is first, but still it's all grouped together. And then you might be able to go, all right, well, so on May 4, who were the students that checked in? And then you can either keep track of it this way, or you can use that other sheet so you can mark it, and then you'll have a record of it like that. So that's how you use it. If you are interested in seeing how it works, the way that this works, I'm moving back over the other side, is, we'll back to the questions, of course. When you have certain questions that are multiple choice, like right here, this is a multiple choice question. What you can do with these three buttons is you can have the answer dictate where you go. So if you added another section, this button is for adding another section. Once you click on May 4, then you're going to go to the section that I've named May 4. And so here's week of May 4. And then there's only one question for that. It's just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way down. And then it's important, this little down arrow right here, that you put submit form so they can't continue to move further through this Google form. If you don't have that, then what will happen is once they select their answer here, they'll be able to go to the next one and the next one. So for each of the sections, and each section is just a week, then I just put submit form, and that's when their submission ends. And then all you have to do then is when you go to send, and then you have your link over here, this is the link that you would share, and you can even shorten it if you like. But if you're gonna embed it into like Google Classroom or something, you don't even need to do that. So just another option for taking attendance, trying to manage the workload and the workflow for everything that's coming in.